Very good morning to you from wherever you're listening to 89.7 Contact FM. It's that time of the morning where we gather around to take a look at some of the stories we are waking up to, or some of the news items that are out there from different media houses or newspapers. Good morning. My name is Eugene Anangwe, and I have Albert.
Yes, good morning.
Maramutse. And of course, we have Lion.
Good morning, Eugene. You said that time of the day. I thought you were going to say that time of the month. Which would explain the absence of sun.
Yeah, indeed. I'm sitting in for Jackie, who's away at this particular
while you were away.
Jackie, while you were away, I think we need to have a hashtag, on that. So you guys need to be careful when
on
you're
that
laughing.
Type of the month.
No, when you're laughing, because
wagwan. Yeah, you've been using you should warn her, brother. Yeah, at least I could change my laugh. Put a little bass into it, put my back into it.
So they found him, man.
They found out.
They found me out.
Who was laughing?
They caught him on the counter.
They caught him on the microphone.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Try finding me out now.
And you see if they find. Okay, so let's get into some of the stories we're waking up to. Do you have any story ideas? Anything that you've seen out there that you think we can jump onto?
I tweeted something this morning. There was a report from where again? From the World
Trade Organization, WTO.
Not the almost there. What is it? The WEF. The WEF report, which is the
World Economic Forum report.
Right. Yeah. And Rwanda is still the most competitive economy in East Africa. Ranked 62nd globally.
And number one in the region.
In East Africa. But
so number three, I think, Sub-Saharan Africa?
No, in Africa. Is number
3 is Sub-Saharan Africa.
Are you sure it's Sub-Saharan?
Very sure.
Okay, so what is the number one of the continent?
Well, it's in the Sahara Desert.
I guess so.
So these rankings, we have a couple of people who probably feel like, nah, this is not true. We were at a time when we had a ranking on the speed of internet that said that Rwanda was among the countries where the internet is fastest in the region. And you find some people in certain offices were saying, now look at the way internet is just shaky, and we're still called number one. So looking at this kind of report, for you, Albert, what does it really mean?
Well,
do you feel it? Do you feel it as a business person? Do you feel what they're saying?
But it's in the environment, you know. I read also this morning how iRocco TV, which by the way is becoming even a competitor to some of our projects. But it's good. It's not going to Kenya. It's coming to Rwanda and have his headquarters in Kigali, which is another continental player. And so these kinds of reports are just, I mean, to me, are just indicators. And anyway, it's a global, it's a trend. It's how accurate these reports are, or how they translate in reality. That's another thing. But even for internet, you know, which means if we are ranked number one sometimes in the region, it's also because I mean, if you have to compare with TZ, and you have to go to all the corners of TZ and see how internet is behaving, and you go to all the corners of Rwanda, maybe there's a lot of chances that Rwanda it's easier to organize. It's you have fiber all over. It's not like in the other countries, and also maybe it's also an indicator on how bad internet is on the continent.
If ours is the way it is and it's ranked the best, then it shows. Lion, what's your take?
It's the same thing for me. When you talk economics and you throw in numbers like this, I give it the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time I don't know what are the parameters that they use and how does it reflect on the country. But it is obvious that the country is doing well. I'm not sure that it's that obvious why we're doing well or how come we're doing well. People say people talk about services.
Yeah.
I don't know how that translates.
It's more about the framework, actually. You know,
the environment that enables.
It's also the legal framework, how that inspires direct foreign investment. You know, and you might be in other. You know, if you have to imagine for TZ. I think in TZ, you as a foreigner, you can never own 100% of your company.
It's a must. It's mandatory
that you have to be to
associate with a local.
Okay. So, but it is by law. You see, so this is the kind of legal framework I'm talking about. It might not be the case in Rwanda. In Rwanda, you might come and you just
but that would be then indicators of how the environment is or how easy it is to do business in the country, but it's not directly in regarding the actual economy, how it's doing.
But it's not the economy. So
what were they measuring?
It's an outlook. It's the business environment.
How easy is it to start the business?
Yeah.
The tax regime.
Your ability to also move with your cash wherever you want. Yeah. The judiciary, if you have a problem locally, what is your all of that putting together puts you and ranks you somewhere on the hit parade.
So I don't really know. They wouldn't have a comment on that.
It would definitely be interesting to find out on the ground what some of these big rankings or good news in terms of the rankings really means to that common people on the ground.
Let's call the ground.
High ground. What do you think?
How y'all doing down there?
I'm doing at this time of the day.
Yeah. So we have some information concerning the fires that happened yesterday.
Leaking of
what's going on? What's causing this thing?
That leaking flammable substance caused city fire. This is according to witnesses. Why I'm bringing this issue is concerning the investigations that were being done over the many fires that we had. It seems to have taken long to have information on what really caused them, because even this one, it's not from authorities.
Exactly.
It is from witnesses.
I was going to say, so those witnesses, so what they have seen is that leakage that they are assuming may be the cause of the fire, but is it really? So we would need really an authority on it to be able to have a sense of why now. Why is it happening now?
Yeah. Albert?
And Mwanga was there's also
another fire. Yes. No. This is for the Joseph Gakwavu is the one who was saying this, and I think
that is the witness in question.
Yes, this is the witness in question. But at the end of the day, as you say, I think authorities need to come out with information on some of these investigations they've been doing, not just for the fires, or for many other things, so that we clear the air on some of the things that are happening.
Absolutely. You know, as long as, again, we say it and we say it again, when you don't get that kind of information, then it leaves way too much room for speculation, and there's a lot of speculation going around, and most people you talk to think it's foul play. So we need to really clearly hear that it's not foul play, hopefully, but then we would need to get a sense of why is it all happening at the same time or around the same time, or is it the media coverage that makes it look like it's happening a lot? But it seems to me that it's beyond the media coverage. It is really
but I mean, fishy. We have a small environment, so whenever a fire like that happens, I mean, we always know about. So we have never heard in past seasons. No, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. We've never heard so many fires in concentrated in such a short time.
It's very strange. Anyways, even if it's coincidental, it's very strange indeed.
When you hear one fire, you now start worrying and saying another one might just.
She's strange.
It might be coming. All right,
I like it.
And then there was a break in between. That's what's even stranger.
They even
there were all the they took a break, like they went on vacation. I think it must be the parliamentarians who are setting fires. They are the ones
while you were away, nothing happened. While you were not sitting,
while they were on recess, all of a sudden, nothing's happening.
Let's talk of the saving culture. This is another story.
Saving culture? What are you talking about?
The saving culture of saving.
The culture of saving, not saving the actual culture.
No. The culture of saving.
Culture of saving what?
Saving money.
Saving money.
Yes, there seems to be an improvement according to some of the papers we're seeing here, that the saving culture takes shape among Goma farmers. We have farmers who do trade, and most of them never used to actually use banking institutions, financial institutions to save their returns.
But who saves?
People use piggy banks.
Who saves?
Piggy banks are under the mattress.
Who saves?
And why should we save?
No, but who saves already? No, and like you said, but let's start. Do you know anybody that saves in this country? Have you ever heard of a family that tells you, yes, I'm saving at this bank at this rate, blah blah blah, for my dream house of my children?
People try to save. I think some people really do try to save.
But save in a saving account?
I think,
or just they have their money in an account and they try not to touch it.
But it is saving.
I know.
Yeah. So as long as you're trying to work out your budget, your personal budget, and say, let me every month leave this much to the side, that is saving.
But that is not. I mean, this is okay. Let's say this is like the first stage of saving, but there is no saving culture. There is no saving incentives. There is no saving campaigns. To wake up people and for savings. I mean, we don't have.
There are some campaigns that are done by some banks, but very mildly.
I mean, it's just putting there like they have another product, like they have access to internet, like you have access on mobile, or you have also a saving account. But for real, it's not there.
Two things that might be causing this. These are speculations or assumptions. One of them, could it be that most of those who are earning are living from hand to mouth? When they receive the money, it might take even long to receive the next one. So even that saving might not even happen.
Say straight to the point that banks here in our environment have just developed the first basic things of a bank is that we handle money through an account, and that's it.
And that's the issue also, because you say incentives.
There is no penetration of a bank culture in the society.
Because when you talk of the issue of incentives, this interests that grow on your savings, I think that's where we need to see banks also coming up with such kind of incentives. And they tell you the more you keep your money, the more this kind of interest. I've kept my money some time ago, and I expected that interest. I never saw it.
But interest on savings accounts is never really that big. So usually you are saving for, or you are taught to save for a certain purpose. You are saving for your children's schooling. You are saving for a down payment to a home. You are saving for so most banks would usually tackle it that way.
Yes.
But you are very right in saying that there's not, that culture is still, it's not yet really implanted there. But I've heard it once in a while. Even governments trying to encourage people to get into that.
I'm sure government
culture of
has been calling more than the sector itself. The sector is silent.
But it's silent on many things.
In general. I mean, and that is why their penetration is so limited. Actually, thanks even to
all this talk of penetration is really throwing Eugene off. He's like, okay, really, I'm trying to concentrate, guys.
At this time of the month.
Wrong timing, brother. Wrong timing.
Let's go to Kenya and Uganda because there's a story we've been following up, and yesterday.
There's a story of the car.
Some more.
Yes.
So apparently the car surfaced somewhere.
The car surfaced in Tororo in Uganda. It was found
with the cows.
Say it ain't so.
Really? Is that at the other
same place where the cows allegedly disappeared too?
Yeah. So it's interesting how Kenyans on Twitter went crazy with the hashtag called "Things Ugandans Should Steal," and if you go there, you'll see a lot of very funny tweets.
Before we go any further, I just want want to pay respect to some of our colleagues.
Yes.
Who that? They've been stealing presidential cards.
The leading daily, whether we take it from the analog version that we have here in hard copy or from online. Thank you, the New Times, for providing some of the news items that we are talking about. And I just got a message, but now, yes, we are together. This came from the New Times. Thank you, New Times.
Yes, thank you. And that's your endorsement segment.
Right.
Brought to you by.
What came from the New Times?
So let's go back to Kenya.
The story of the stolen car.
Yes. So we
that surfaced in the cow country
in Tororo. And as I was saying earlier on, Kenyans on Twitter, just like Rwandans on Twitter, we have always seen when people come up with hashtags to mimic,
to spice it up.
Yes, to spice it up. And we have things Ugandans should steal. That's the hashtag. If you can go there, you'll really laugh your
things
out.
Now you get my predicament. You're struggling for a word to say, man, is there another version of this? Your black posterior.
Let me read some of them. Let me just sample.
The things Ugandans should steal.
Yes, the things Ugandans should steal. One of them is the space between a hard rock and a place. And then another one is things Ugandans should steal, the Nairobi road, so that we can share the traffic. Another one, things Ugandans should steal all the alcohol gadgets. Please steal them, please, because we have the police always, harassing motorists with the alcohol.
You know what they should steal too, is that those SMSs we've been getting. They should take them all, steal them all, please.
Ugandans steal all these unsolicited SMSs. So the car surfaced in Tororo, and then what?
Yes, the police, according to what we are seeing here, is that they're saying that they recovered it on Tuesday evening by the
Kenyan
roadside.
Or the Ugandan?
The Ugandan police. They say they recovered it by the roadside.
But how did they even cross the border?
Yeah, it's
if it's a presidential car, how do you cross the border with
bulletproof with all the gadgets and
the 007?
The spices, the icing on the cake that comes with it, and it managed to disappear like that, crossing
and to cross the border.
The border.
Okay.
It begs a lot of questions, because we had one of the officials at State House saying that all the presidential cars were accounted for, and none of them was lost. Even one guy who works for the presidential team went on Facebook to say that it is not really possible for such a thing to ever happen. Looking
so is it
they
the
don't really know how many cars they have?
It is one of the escort cars.
And so it really went missing. So these guys, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they have in the inventory.
Yeah, I think maybe it was a PR. Either PR.
No, and I understand the embarrassment, but how far do you think you can take that story? They were hoping that the car would resurface.
How low will you
discreetly,
go?
And then people, they just pretend it never went.
Yeah, maybe for those who don't know how it all even happened, the BMW was actually stolen from the chief inspector David Machui Maina, who says he was driving into his compound in a place called Utawala, and then
he's driving the presidential cars in his compound.
In his compound, he was robbed.
That's a cool place, Kenya. I mean,
what does he do? What is he? Who is he?
He's a driver. He's a chief inspector, and normally most of them have these ranks. So he's
so that is his rank, but he's a driver,
and he's the driver of.
And he goes to in his own compound with the presidential car.
Why don't you just call the guy a driver?
Chief inspector driver,
a superintendent, but you're just the cleaning guy.
He was forced into the back seat, and the car was driven off, and then he was abandoned a few meters from the administration police training college.
And he didn't think that maybe I should mention this. Maybe I should mention.
So
he mentioned it. Said, "Okay, keep your mouth shut."
I think so.
So and then what happened to the car that was found in Marara in
Tororo?
Okay.
The car was found in Tororo.
No, and the cows then?
The cows.
They were found in Lamu?
Apparently, we were waiting to see if they'll be found in Lamu or anything.
Or who are those guys again in Kenya?
The Pokots.
The Pokots. So did they
now
go
you're
and look for
confusing
them?
me with all these names. Tororos, Pokots.
We're talking about the ones that...
It sounds more like Aboriginal tribes than actual Africans.
So how do African sound like?
Yes.
Masai and Ngoma.
And Ngoma.
And Ngombe.
And
Sorry,
Ngombe.
maybe I'm not getting your jokes, but it's all right.
It's all good. It's all good, man. I understand you. I understand you. That time of the month.
Yeah. Any other businesses?
Yes, Albert. Any other business?
Any other business?
Anything you care to
Endorsement?
mention? Any government communication?
Well, we move out of Africa. The funny story, I mean, and I just switched off France 24 because it was like running in a loop all the time.
Yeah.
So the president of France, when he stepped into state house, had a girlfriend. Then he kicked her out sometimes during the
course of his first the president. He's still
in the first mandate anyway. Yeah. And now she came out with a book, and she's just like acid, I tell all the book, So and it's like François Hollande doesn't like poor people. He called them people without les sans dents, without teeth, because you're so poor that you don't even can take care of your own teeth, So you have tweetos all over the place with people without teeth.
Yeah, but really, how low can you go? That's a low blow.
But why would you see or have someone who at some point they would tell each other some sweet words, have a good time together, and then now because they have stopped having a relationship, then they now do something?
But that's the way it goes. And they say the saying goes that hell knows no fury like a woman scorned. So she feels scorned, and she's like, okay, you shouldn't have done that, François. You shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna tell them all.
That's a moment.
Yeah. No, but it's a very female thing to do. That kind of revenge is now I'm gonna spill it out. But it's not. Well, to me, then maybe he did a good thing not being with her. It's not very first lady like.
Yeah.
But because that's the point. Is the fact that she was normally the first lady, and now she's doing things like that. Well,
she could have waited until let the guy finish his term. He has an important job to do for the country.
Yeah.
Let him be done, and then you can tell it will still be. And then so you're just trying to destabilize and
imagine France 24. It's in a loop, debate and report
because
and
of that
comments and there's nothing else.
But you've never seen this kind of coverage that is given too much attention on some of these news channels, where you see a cat that is stuck on the roof. And you see breaking news banner, choppers come to rescue.
But it's a cultural
live
coverage. The cat on the roof.
The cat is out of the bag and now on the roof.
We are bringing you live pictures, as you can see. Rescue efforts are going on.
Something that is whenever you have these kind of situations, that one of course it's pushed to the limit.
Yes.
But whenever you have these kind of, especially it's very American also to do these kind of things.
Yes.
Breaking news, and they're doing a coverage on a story, and they keep coming back with this thing, breaking news, so you sit down and you think, okay, some new information, and they keep repeating the same damn thing but different ways. What can you tell us at the moment? Well, at the moment I see things are moving, but we can't really see from where we are. Police just told us to take our cameras a little bit further down the road, but there is we can see some movements going on. And you're like, okay, why don't you just come on and say you don't know any more than I was going to say jack shit, and now I said it.
So what our listeners don't see is that he had his finger in his ear just to make sure that he can hear the police.
The camera guys who are doing their jobs. Yeah, so it's always funny. You watch these things, and there's no evolution, but they come up with very different ways of saying things and finding experts or some witnesses who haven't seen anything either. So it's always very funny.
Yeah. I was talking about Ugandans and the hashtags, and I saw, but I can't.
You can't seem to find it.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch it again. It was from the New Vision, but it was Alan Senyonga who had posted it.
You can't find it. Maybe they stole it.
Yeah, I guess gone.
Gone.
But it's a crazy story about one of those.
Where the hell is my phone? There it is.
About a Ugandan star, a singer that. I mean, and all the talking about it's about sex, you know. I mean, he's a singer, but his problems is just about, and that is in the leading Ugandan daily, and so sometimes I start to wonder if sex is not the real problem that Ugandans are facing, because it comes back every time, even when they talk about homosexuality, it's about sex. It's never
apparently the bill is being retabled in Parliament, but of course this will be
find a way to
bring it back. This will be a discussion for another day. Definitely time for us to leave and love you.
Say it ain't so. We're leaving already.
We're leaving already. So keep it 89.7 Contact FM. More news review coming up next in Kinyarwanda. My name is Eugene Anangwe.
So Mijingo is in Uganda,
and the water is in Kenya,
and the water and the car is in Uganda,
and the tires and the driver.
So they could have given the car back, or is it still in Uganda?